Ever get the feeling you are not getting the whole story from Kardashians? You are not alone. They constantly allude to massive secrets, sharing cryptic looks and making vague comments they never explain, leaving viewers to piece together the truth. This has spawned some of the darkest, most twisted conspiracies in pop culture, suggesting their entire reality is a carefully crafted disguise, from allegations of being an Illuminati bloodline to being a public experiment for social engineering. The theories are wild. Behind the perfect curated selfies and designer clothes, the Kardashians are running a psychological experiment on us, and we are all too distracted to notice the whispers. First off, we start with the establishment of Kardashian LLC as a church. This conspiracy is rooted in a very real and bizarre public filing. In 2022, it was widely reported that Kim Kardashian and her then-husband, Kanye West, filed documents with the state of California to officially register their limited liability company, Kardashian LLC, as a religious organization. This wasn't a company, it was an existing entity they owned. By amending its license, they changed its purpose from general business to a specific religious one. The stated purpose, as per legal documents, was to spread the word of God and help those in need through religious and humanitarian efforts. This immediately raised eyebrows, not because of the stated goal, but because of powerful financial privileges granted to the organizations with religious and charitable status. So it's not a rumor, the paperwork is real and public. Kim and Kanye didn't build a physical chapel with a steeple. They literally went to California Secretary of State website and changed the classification of their existing family business LLC to religious corporation. This is the concrete fact that every theory on this point is built upon. You think of it like financial black hole. Money goes in but the tax man doesn't see it comes out. They could donate a portion of their schemes or Yeezy profits to their own church, get a massive personal tax write-off for that donation, and then have that church fund a lavish religious leader's retreat to Cabo. It's all perfectly legal if framed correctly, which is why it is so controversial. The Kardashian Jenners are masters of branding and legal financial optimization. It's seen as the ultimate loophole, a way to shield hundreds of millions of dollars from taxation under the sacred and heavily protected excuse of religious freedom. This points to their history of aggressive financial strategies such as gifting each other expensive presents to avoid California's high income tax, as proof that this was simply the next logical, though extreme step. So did they create a church to avoid taxes? The legal mechanism is absolutely real and available. The intent, however, is the true mystery. The darkest interpretation is a family exploiting faith for financial gain. The most charitable interpretation is a messy attempt to formalize Kanye's religious phase. The likely truth lies in the gray area in between, explored by family that exists in the blurry space between personal, brand, and now perhaps the divine. The next conspiracy revolves around Rob Kardashian overdosed on fentanyl. This conspiracy didn't emerge from vacuum. It is almost entirely fueled by Rob's very public, very deep, and very tragic relationship with former NBA star Lamar Odom. During Lamar's marriage to Khloe Kardashian, he and Rob developed an incredibly close bond. They were described as inseparable surrogate brothers who spent massive amounts of time together. This was during the height of Lamar's own severe and life-threatening struggles with addiction. The world watched as Lamar's health deteriorated, ending in his near-fatal overdose in 2015 at a Nevada brothel, where he was found unconscious after a multi-day binge involving cocaine and, importantly, herbal Viagra, which is often laced with fentanyl similarities. To understand the Rob overdose rumor, you have to start with Lamar Odom. Their bond wasn't just brother-in-law polite, it was deep. They were running in same circles, at the same time, while Lamar was in the darkest phase of his addiction. The theory isn't that Rob just randomly got into drugs, it's that he was pulled into the world alongside the person he considered a brother. The most severe iteration of the rumor claims that Rob Kardashian suffered at least one hospitalization due to an overdose, specifically on fentanyl, a potent synthetic opioid responsible for the majority of overdose deaths in the US. This is often whispered alongside discussions of his significant weight gain, repulsive behavior, and periods of complete withdrawal from the public eye throughout the mid-2010s. Theorists point to these drastic physical and behavioral changes as potential signs of a severe health crisis or a struggle with addiction. The most chilling version of this story specifies a fentanyl overdose, implying a life-threatening event that requires emergency intervention and was subsequently covered up. The timeline often pointed to it is around 2015 to 2017, when Rob virtually disappeared. His appearance changed dramatically and his mental health seemed at an all-time low. The family has been open about Rob's struggle with depression and 2 diabetes, which are the confirmed reason given for his weight fluctuations and repulsive behavior, and they have actively denied any struggle with opioid addiction. The reason this unproven rumor has so much traction is that it fits a tragic logical pattern, even if it is incorrect. Rob was a young man in immense emotional pain, battling breakups, body image issues, and the intense pressure of his family's fame. He was incredibly close to someone who suffered a very public, nearly a fatal overdose. It is not a giant leap for the public to speculate that he might have also battled similar demons. The theory conflates the confirmed tragedy of Lamar with the unconfirmed speculation about Rob. It uses Rob's very real and visible mental health crisis as a canvas to project a more dramatic but less verified narrative. So did Rob overdose on fentanyl? The official answer is a firm there is no evidence to suggest that. The family statements point to diabetes and depression, but the rumor exists because the context is so painfully believable. He was in dark place and his closest friend was a walking cautionary tale about the perils of addiction. The public saw 2 brothers suffering in parallel, and when one nearly died from an overdose, it became tragically easy to believe the other might have faced the same battle behind the closed doors. Now the next theory is about the Kardashians' blonde hair, which is, according to some people, a strategic distraction from plastic surgery. This theory is built on 2 undeniable pillars of Kardashian brand: radical hair changes and cosmetic procedures. The family, particularly Kim and Kylie, are famous for their dramatic, frequent hair transformations that are designed to be headline events, with Kim's platinum blonde era being a global news story. Furthermore, their significant physical transformation over the last decade are now an open secret and the subject of forensic level analysis online. From Kylie's admitted lip fillers to the widespread speculation about other procedures, their approach to cosmetic enhancement is a core part of their brand identity. The core theory suggests that drastic hair color change, specifically to blonde, is not a random style choice, but a calculated public relations and media strategy. The alleged mechanics are that after a family member undergoes a cosmetic procedure that requires a recovery period and may cause subtle swelling or bruising, they debut a shocking new blonde hairstyle when re-entering the public eye. The theory claims this is a deliberate tactic to control the narrative and control the clique, making the dramatic hair the sole focus of media headlines and social media discourse. This effectively drowns out any conversations about a potential altered nose, a tighter jawline, or refreshed eyes, giving the media an easy, unconventional story to run with. So here's the theory that blonde hair isn't just a style, it's a magician's trick, it's the misdirection. While everyone is staring at the bright, shiny hair in their right hand, they are not noticing the subtly refined nose or lifted brows in their left. The hair gives the media an easy, pre-packaged headline, ensuring the conversation is about their bold style choice, not their surgical choices. Theorists point to specific instances to back their claims. Kylie Jenner hair color changes are often mapped alongside their most significant facial natural evolutions. The theory suggests a new hair color is strategically revealed at the same time her face looks different, which effectively splits public opinion between discussing her hair and her features, thereby diluting both conversations. The core rumor is that this is a deliberately coordinated strategy orchestrated by their management and PR team, seen as a genius, if cynical, way to manipulate the media cycle and avoid direct scrutiny about surgery, and its power lies in its sheer plausibility. The tactic of using a drastic change in one area to distract from another is also a classic PR move used across industries. The family's long history of denying surgery only to admit to it later, as seen with Kylie's lips, proves they are strategic about what they reveal and when. So is the blonde hair a surgical shield? It's a theory that perfectly aligns with their method. Total control over their narrative, whether it is a conscious strategy or just a happy coincidence for them, the effect is the same. It gives the world something controversial and obvious to talk about them, potentially allowing a more permanent and subtle change to fly under the radar until it's simply accepted as the new normal. Now the next conspiracy or the next theory is about Travis Scott weight loss is due to cirrhosis and Ozempic cover-up. The theory surrounding Travis Scott's health is built on two key undeniable public moments. In late 2022 and into 2023, fans and media outlets noted that Travis Scott looked significantly thinner, his face appearing bony, and his overall physique was leaner than his previous build. This rapid change sparked immediate concern and health speculations. The central piece of evidence emerged from a since-deleted video on Kylie Jenner's TikTok account giving a tour of their fridge, which seemingly revealed boxes of the diabetes and weight loss medication Ozempic semaglutide, which works by helping the pancreas release the right amount of insulin when blood sugar levels are high, on the shelf of the fridge. While it wasn't explicitly stated that the medication was for Travis, its presence in their shared home became the foundation of all subsequent weight loss theories. The core theory points that the Ozempic story is carefully crafted cover for a far more serious medical condition, end-stage liver disease, specifically cirrhosis. According to the narrative, Travis Scott's past lifestyle choices led to severe liver damage, and his drastic weight loss and gaunt appearance aren't from Ozempic but are classic symptoms of advanced liver disease, where the body struggles to process nutrients and muscle wasting occurs. This often points to low-quality social media photos claiming his eyes look yellowed, potential jaundice, or his abdomen appears inflated. The accidental Ozempic reveal is alleged to be a strategic PR move to divert attention from the more life-threatening truth of liver failure, allowing them to control the narrative with a story about intentional fitness. The most extreme branch of this theory suggests he is either on transplant list or has already received a liver transplant. A much simpler explanation, and one supported by evidence, is that his physical change is due to Ozempic, a powerful drug that causes rapid weight loss, including the loss of facial fat, which can result in a gaunt appearance. This explanation fully accounts for his physical change. Now moving on to the next theory, the family uses baby blood or young blood to achieve youth. The Kardashian family. This horrific allegation is a kind of modern spin on an ancient hate myth. This rumor suggests that the Kardashians and other wealthy elites achieve their youthful appearance not through advanced cosmetic procedures but by participating in grotesque and illegal rituals involving the blood of children or young people. This is sometimes vaguely referred to as young blood transfusions, or more nefariously as adrenochrome harvesting, a theory that surged in popularity during the 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐿 movement, which is sprawling far-right conspiracy theory that emerged in 2017. Followers believe a cabal of Satan worshippers, cannibalistic pedophiles in government and Hollywood are attacking Donald Trump, who they see as a savior. The movement, which has been linked to real-world violence, is fueled by anonymous online posts called Q Drops and the motto, "Where we go one, we go all." This theory did not originate with the Kardashians. To understand it, one must look at its historical context in the wild blood libel trope. For centuries, anti-Semitic schemes have falsely accused Jewish people of using the blood of Christian children in religious rituals, a lie used to justify generations of persecution and violence. In the modern era, the theory has been co-opted and rebranded with new targets such as Hollywood elites, globalists, or the wealthy, but the core libel remains a malicious, unfounded accusation that powerful group is secretly harming children to sustain itself. The reality is both simpler and more sci-fi than the conspiracy. They don't need mythical adrenochrome, they have $1 million arsenal of real science. We are talking about starting Botox at 25, getting regular laser resurfacing, and undergoing vampire facials which use their own blood. Their secret isn't in a dungeon, it's in a dermatologist's office in Calabasas. This theory is particularly insidious because its vagueness is a feature, not a bug. Followers claim the cover-up is so perfect that the lack of evidence is itself proof of the conspiracy's power, creating a closed logic loop that is impossible to reason with. These myths are not harmless, as they fuel harassment and threats against public figures, and are used to radicalize people into extremist ideologies by convincing them that powerful people are literal monsters who must be stopped. Ultimately, the entire theory is refusal to accept the boring truth that extreme wealth can buy extreme access to age-slowing technology. It's easier for some to believe in a horror movie plot than to acknowledge the sheer power of money and the mundane nature of modern cosmetic science. So why does this theory persist? Because it's not really about the Kardashians, it's about using them as vessel for an ancient, hateful story, which frankly speaking, they reflect. It provides a simple, monstrous explanation for something with a complex, expensive, and clinical answer. Believing in baby blood requires ignoring the documented world of elite cosmetic medicine and instead embracing a fantasy that has been used to justify the violence for centuries. It is the most dangerous kind of allegation, one that is both utterly dark and profoundly harmful. This next one is very interesting one. This is called the Kardashian Curse. The Kardashian Curse is kind of a curse that how a family empire destroys men. The Kardashian Curse is a popular pop culture conspiracy theory suggesting that any man who becomes romantically involved with a Kardashian or Jenner woman is doomed to suffer a dramatic decline in his career, mental health, or personal life. The theory is not based on supernatural claims, but rather on perceived pattern of unfortunate events befalling their ex-partners, leveraging the human tendency to find patterns and assign blame. This so-called curse is viewed as the direct consequence of family brand that treats relationships as storylines and men as disposable props. In its never-ending narrative, the trajectory is always the same. A man peaks with a Kardashian and then his downfall begins. Theorists point to a list of families' former partners and the misfortune they experienced after their breakups, like James Harden. Some fan argued his own court performance dipped during his highly publicized relationship with Khloe. Next, it's Tristan Thompson, repeatedly caught in infidelity scandals that severely damaged his public reputation. Kanye West, his marriage to Kim unfolded alongside his increasingly erratic public behavior and controversial statements, culminating in a complete breakdown that resulted in the loss of major business partnerships and widespread public humiliations, and also for his mental health concerns. Scott Disick, his long-term relationship with Courtney was marked by struggles with substance abuse and the tragic deaths of both his parents, which persist after their split. Now look at the tale of broken men left in their wake. This isn't a curse, it's documented history of collateral damage. The Kardashian brand is a black hole for talent. Chris Humphries was an NBA player with a solid career. After Kim, he became a national punchline. Lamar Odom's NBA career and personal life completely imploded during and after his marriage to Khloe, exploited for ratings until he was no longer useful. Tristan Thompson transformed from a respected champion into a publicly shamed serial cheater. His reputation burned in the Kardashian media inferno. The intense, suffocating scrutiny of being a Kardashian man breaks people. Kanye West is the prime example. His mental health spiraled catastrophically under the pressure of that secret marriage, and the unrelenting public spectacle. The family documented his erratic behavior for content, profiting from his meltdown until they could no longer control the narrative. No one survives this family with their dignity intact. Ray Jr. will forever be known not for his music but for the explicit tape that launched Kim's career, a permanent anchor around his neck. Every one of Khloe's partners, from James Harden to Tristan, has been subjected to a global public shaming ritual. Their failures monetized into TV episodes and social media clapbacks. Now, let me tell you how the curse actually works. A man enters the relationship as an individual but is immediately absorbed into the Kardashian machine. His identity is stripped and rebranded as an extension of them. His achievements become their storylines, his failures become their content. The family wields their fame like a weapon. They control the narrative through their shows and social media, with an army of followers ready to attack. When a relationship ends, the man is ejected from the machine and instantly becomes its target, exposed to the wrath of millions without the family's PR protection. These relationships are high cost, high pressure environments where every private movement is potential content. The constant performance, lack of privacy, and emotion manipulation exhaust these men, leaving them vulnerable to bad decisions, substance abuse, and mental health collapses, which then exploited for the next season's plot. The Kardashians' curse is real. It is predictable outcome of being used as fuel for the most powerful reality TV empire ever built. These men are not cursed by fate. They are consumed and used and discarded by a family that prioritizes ratings and relevance above the well-being of anyone outside its core. To get involved with Kardashians is to sign a contract for your own destruction, trading your career, your mental health, and your reputation for a fleeting moment in their spotlight. The ruined lives they leave behind are not coincidence, they are the product. From hidden churches to blonde-haired distractions and a path of romantic ruin, the world of Kardashian is a hall of mirrors. Every glimmer of a reveal is just another reflection designed to keep you guessing. Their entire empire is built on the currency of mystery, and these conspiracies, no matter how dark, are the price of doing business in the shadows of fame. If you made it to the end of this video, you know what's up. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. You won't want to miss what we are exposing next.